Hey everyone, so today I'm going to address the Kwame story with me being his pen pal. I took the time out to write what I was going to say because I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to give you what you want to know and what you need to know. So without further ado, here I go. I wrote Kwame because prior to his damaged reputation and sentencing, he was a positive role model, a symbol of black excellence and successful achievement at a young age. He was a teacher and a mentor to people I happen to know personally. He showed all young black men previous to his downfall that they could make it. He was a symbolic father to the fatherless. You must remember there are many young men fatherless that lack direction and hope. A man able to become mayor at 31 in his black skin has something to offer. He has knowledge he can impart into many, and more specifically me. His body may be locked up, but his mind still holds the key, the how-to. If he wrote me back, I would have had something tangible to show my kids, aside from the earth-shattering work I intend to do. No, I didn't see this day coming. I told him many details about my life growing up, my current family, and my career goals. Divulging of personal information breaks down walls, dispels defensiveness, gains trust. It is one of the building blocks to building relationships. It will also allow his legal team, if they needed to fact check and ensure I was who I claimed to be. I never asked that man anything about himself other than if he was okay. I encouraged him. At times, my letters were comparable to my show, Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk, which you are watching now. Only it was on paper, not YouTube. Basically, there were letters that read like a book. Something to distract him from those walls and bars, even if the distraction was just for a few minutes. He would write back thanking me for my encouragement, let me know he was fighting, and he would wish myself, my husband, and children blessings. In one of those letters, he told me he had given his life to Christ. I sent him a professional picture so he could identify whom he was corresponding with. In no way, shape, or form was the image suggestive in a sexual nature. Isn't it practical to consider he may want to know what random person is writing him? Especially after what he has went through and what his name is tied to, whether arguably he is the reason or not. To give you some perspective, how well do you respond to pictureless profiles trying to engage you on social media? Most likely you consider them to be spam profiles. Is that so unheard of considering what I do? Maybe the public prefers that I would have sent him a business card with my photo to ease their paranoia and personal issues. The picture was one more piece to humanize me and lower his suspicions. After all, I meant him no harm and I still don't. My intention is to never cause trouble. I got here because his third letter sent to me called me to action. And it is posted on my Facebook page, Love Ebony, available for you to read, along with the radio interview. That's on Love Ebony Facebook as well. Now I want you to hold this thought in the back of your mind while I continue to address everything. Within a half hour of the initial coverage via the Free Press article, Channel 7 was at my door. I wasn't available to speak at the time. Following that, other media began to reach out as well. I want to say my dreams, aspiration, and inspiration are my own. I do not share the burden of them with anyone. For this reason, your speculation is understandable. Specific visions and missions are given to the individual that it is intended for, to the individual who will understand it and execute it in a way that may boggle and even outrage the outsiders and onlookers. You don't have to fully understand what I'm doing because it wasn't given for you to do. It was given to me. The intention is still the same and they are honorable. The reason and mission doesn't change. Think about this. If Kwame wasn't relevant, then why did the media respond with urgency? Those that didn't jump up at this previously just were not up for the trouble. Trust me, some of the people I tried to ask helped discourage me from what I have done with this matter. It takes courage to stand up for the slight chance of unfairness. It takes courage to be called a fool, your husband criticized, even by women who do not have a husband. It takes courage to deal with people bringing your children into this. Some hate this man so much they will speak on the innocent and defenseless. This issue is relevant enough that it created a false scandal. I'm here to make things clear. Why repeatedly slander a man if he is guilty of every criminal account he is being accused of? You can't erase the truth, so why should it matter? Not saying he is guilty or not guilty, but this is to encourage thinking outside of the box. We get our news by what we read, what or watch, or what we have been told. Give me a fail-proof way that any of the news we receive can be proven wrong. What resources are we privy to emphatically check that will verify truth? We will have to be God to fact check the news that we are given. Basically, we will have to be omnipresent and all-knowing. Again, I'm not saying he is guilty or not guilty. My story has been manipulated and directed away from its intended purpose. Yes, that radio station allowed me to speak part of my truth. Maybe their reasoning could be their television competition, which will be news channels like 2, 4, and 7 are more influential as far as the masses, so they have to control the narrative. People believe what they hear and even more of what they see, because how can one's eyes deceive them? I can tell you how. It depends on what you are looking at or looking for. To be fair, there are also people who truly want to know a potential alternate truth. If they wanted the real story, Channel 7 would have aired my truth. When you want to control the narrative, you utilize editing to manipulate a story to illustrate the status quo and reinforce groupthink. Lord forbid the public actually uses their own minds to arrive to their own conclusions, versus their conclusions and plausible assumptions, projecting thoughts that were pre-programmed into their subconscious. By my own account, judging by my current real-life experience with this story, Kwame has been used as a tool and a circus monkey for hype and ratings, not for justice, nor to shine light on any other possibility that might at least exist. We have to stop being the patronizers of this show. Ask yourself, are you sure he deserves 28 years? Were you with him 100% of the time? If not, you cannot know for sure, emphatically, what is even truly going on. Just like you listening to me right now, you have not even the slightest clue of all I said during that interview prior to airing on your TV screens. You know what they wanted you to know. Just think. I challenge you to think. Also, why would my husband be threatened by a man we know that it's a possibility he may have to serve his full sentence to term, being 28 long years? How would I realistically benefit physically and emotionally from a long-distance relationship with a man in solitary confinement? What kind of empty void of a relationship do you guys believe or wish for me to have, as far as my marriage or in general? Therefore, aside from the fact that I am loyal and ambitious, why would he let insecurity take him as far as to have an issue with this? Especially when he knows broadcast media is my career path, something I went to school for and graduated with honors in. My degree being in mass communications public relations and being an alumni from Specs Howard School of Broadcast Media Arts. Shame on those who know me personally or have had some kind of access to me, that were quick on their feet to gossip to itching ears and eyes that search for confusion with what you thought was a silent intention to discredit and shame me. The problem is, you all are projecting your own insecurities onto my husband and our relationship. But we are over here good, and we have been for 10 plus years. You directly associate my appearance with scandal and wrote me off to be naive. If I were deemed unattractive by public opinion, or if I were male, would what I'm doing even be an issue? Probably, but not a sex scandal. You almost get it together with the small-mindedness. This society has become over-sexualized, and those with their accusations are proof. Scandal does exist, but I am no Olivia Pope. Leave that stuff on TV, where it belongs to entertain you. So many are so bogged down with the reality TV and the drama sitcom mind frame that it has blurred the lines of reality and fiction in their minds. You must critique yourself before you do others, or you will wind up looking like the fool. I don't know what Mr. Kilpatrick is guilty of, nor what he is innocent from. But I do know he got a raw deal. 28 years is excessive. That seems personal to me. But who is in their feelings for real to suppress this message? Who is determined to keep the possibility of an alternate truth locked away for a natural life sentence plus 3 years? I'm going to leave you with that to marinate on. If you don't share this video, you are part of the problem. You are assisting with the process of controlling the narrative via censorship. You are reinforcing groupthink, making you sheeple instead of people. Thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. Make sure you check out my Facebook page, Love Ebony, because it's going to have all the things that you want to know, read, hear, whatever. It's going to be there. You can follow me on Instagram at Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk. Catch me here every week for your videos. Thanks again. I'm signing off. Goodbye.